welcome back to the Stone House. If you're new to the channel, my family and I are completely renovating a really old stone house, week to week, paycheck to paycheck. We're about 3 years in. Yeah, that's kind of the story. It's noon already because today was go to Lowe's kind of day and it takes forever. I do have the strapping in the bathroom downstairs done, but I noticed the other day I came in here and I put my level on this one piece and it's quite unlevel. I might be able to show you. You can see where right here from this big beam here, it's called a summer beam. From that summer beam to the left, this wood here kind of goes up quite a bit. The other thing I'd like to do, which isn't that big of a deal, I guess, is to pick up a little bit and kind of make a workspace for where I'm going to be using a hand plane, an electric hand plane, to plane my wood that's going to be going on that ceiling. So I got some sawhorses, and I'm going to set up a little station.
I don't mind to slow down anymore. I don't mind the sound of my shoes on your floor. I don't mind selling out or playing cover song, just as long as friends and family sing along. And I don't need more money or a faster car now. Don't need a magazine to call me a superstar now. I'm gonna take this little house and make a home, and then I'll never have to face my nights alone. 'Cause in my heart I hear you speak, and on my face I feel you breathe next to me. Two by land, by air, by sea, and that is how it's supposed to be. Now, and that much I can say now. I'm pulling loaves of bread down from the shelf, and how rare it is that I stay up past 12. In the backyard we are going to start a garden. If that don't sound mighty good, I beg your pardon. 'Cause in my heart I hear you speak, and on my face I feel you breathe next to me. Two by land, by air, by sea, and that is how it's supposed to be. Now, and that much I can say now. If they don't love us, we don't need them. Let's find our own brand of freedom. If they don't love us, we don't need them.
That's amazing.
Let's find our own brand.
It looks brand new. It leaves a really nice finish. I'm sure it'll be very easy just to paint it. Now that I know that planer thing is going to work, I'm going to do that all tomorrow probably. I can't put any wood up in here until I fix this. It's off so much, it's crazy. It's off like 2 inches on this one side. So I'm going to go cut something that's 2 inches that I can put in there. Wow. It's going to look a lot better once it's done. Now that I've got this one level, I'm going to skip these two and do the one way over on the right hand side. About 1 1/8 inches. I should be able to see that this is relatively level now. And it is, in fact, very level. Let me just see what's going on. I don't know what's happening. You'd think if both sides were level, they'd be level to themselves, but that's not actually probably true, clearly. Oh, never mind. That's actually pretty level. I'm definitely not a professional when it comes to this sort of stuff, but I do feel pretty oddly confident when shimming things, because with this old house, I've shimmed so much that I don't know. I feel like I understand the general concepts of it. What I've learned from past mistakes is when you get this piece what you think is done, just check it. Because I've had it not be good, and then you go and level everything to this, and then this is off, and then you gotta start over. Now that I know that both of these are level, the right hand side one and my left hand, I can put a piece of wood up like this all the way across, and that just makes a flat line. This should drop down. Wow, there's some, seems like pressure on that, but it's not pressure. What's this one? Oh, that's got a broken one. Okay, good. You can see how those kind of dropped down. And this is really where the board wants to be anyways. I was flexing it up. So now I know this is nice and flat. Inch and 1, 2, 3/8. Inch and 3/4. Inch and 3/8, inch and 3/4. So now I know those are good. You just work your way down, go from joist to joist. So I'm gonna get this guy here, work my way all the way across to there. Hey everyone, if you're enjoying the video, please take a second just to hit that thumbs up. It really does help out a lot. Thanks. Pretty flat for me. I'll take it. Ceiling is strapped and now it's nice and flat on both sides. So let's go 61 inches. I'm gonna get my first piece of wood and it's gonna be 61 inches. All right, let's cut the size now. That's gonna, good. All right, let's go see how easy these are to nail up. You're kind of like looking in from the doorway right now. So when you walk in, I think I'd like to see a full piece of ceiling wood here. Because if I start on the other side and work my way this way, it could get to where I have to cut a little sliver. And I'd rather have my sliver be on that side of the room than this side of the room. I'm just going to face nail all of this. And because we want it to be painted rustic anyways, like that's, we're happy with that. So let's just see if, I don't know if this can even nail through all this. Well, that one did. I almost nailed right into my pecs. The very first one. Ideally, you would love to just cut full pieces, bing, bang, bing, It would just be like, it would look a lot better. You wouldn't have cuts, but I am actually going to be using my smallest pieces for this ceiling. And I'm okay with having 2 cuts meet up to each other. I should be able to make that look relatively good.
These bodies can take quite a beating. They make love and heal broken bones, and keep you just fine until something inside the size of a speck starts to grow. A friend was a month from his wedding when he was sat down for the news. His wife, the nurse, took him over to church and said a prayer to the Savior they knew. And oh, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason gets so hard. Well, maybe you'll find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart. The wedding was a hell of a party. We all drank and danced all night, and watched and smiled when he spun her around, and he held her body so tight.
I want to take a quick second and address the elephant in the room. This is a crazy amount of work. So many people would just put maybe new material up if they really wanted wood, or sheetrock, because that's what most people do, and that's fine. You know, all power to anybody who wants to do it any certain way. But what I really want some of you to understand, the ones that are saying that I'm crazy, is just to understand that we're not in a hurry to get the house done, and we really want it the way we want it. I want this house to look old. I feel like it's an injustice to the house if I make this look modern, new. I'm obviously putting in some recessed lights and a lot of modern things, but something like this ceiling, this is just gonna work so well for the bathroom. It's exactly what this house needs. It's this kind of finished ceiling. It's going to look amazing. It's going to look like it's been here 1,000 years. Well, 1,000 years, but you know what I mean. This is exactly what we want. And it's well worth my time. Not everybody's going to understand that, and I don't expect you to, and it's okay. We don't need to agree on the best way to do it. We don't. If you find it just too difficult to watch me do something like this, I understand. This is not for everybody. I appreciate anybody who does stick around, though. 'Cause this is the kind of stuff that, you know, I think it's going to look pretty awesome when it's done. But when will it be done? Who knows?
The next day his wife took a razor, shaved off every hair on his head, looked at his face and said, "I love you just the same," as they wandered swiftly back to bed. You know, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart. And there were pillow talks when they couldn't sleep, and there were tear tracks wiped from their cheeks, fighting for no reason at all, with a helping hand to pick up every fall. Till they were sat down and waiting, after 6 long months had gone by, and they got the news that the cancer reduced, and he was gonna be alright. But as he started remission, and she kissed him on his head, he said he loved her, and he was finally cured of any doubts he ever had. Well, oh, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart. Said maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart.
Oh wow, I like it.
It's a lot of work.
It's crazy how the slats are so tiny.
I know.
They seem smaller when they're on the ceiling.
I mean,
Working over your head. Oh,
yeah, that's not too bad. I know on camera it looks like I've gone like 3 or 4 feet, but really that's only probably 2 foot. These are very skinny slots.
Like, it's my hand.
Yeah, but what if you have abnormally large hands?
I don't.
It looks nice though. It looks flat.
Does. It looks really good. Good job.
Sunday fun day, and hey, I was gonna go back. It's Sunday fun day, and I'm gonna be working on the ceiling up here, and I decided to hire out some help so I could get this done quicker. So I'd like to introduce my help. This is Sarah, this is my wife. She hasn't helped me in probably 2 years now.
You know, usually with a baby on her hip.
Yeah, usually she does help with a baby on her hip. Yeah, this is the first time that we've left. This is the first time that we've left Elspeth with Gigi and Papa.
Yeah, first time with anyone.
So this is the first time Sarah and I have been on our own since having Elspeth. So we're actually not going to work on the house. We're going to go eat.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a date.
Yeah, we're going to go on a date. No, we're not going on a date.
We have a date with destiny.
You're going to plane some boards, and I'm going to put some boards up.
Okay.
No date.
You're going to have to teach me how.
Now, you have to be careful, because if you set that down, technically the blades will hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you can see how much one pass gets you. So do you want to try it? This could be good. You'll certainly get better at it as you go.
Help me be the best that I can be. There's nothing more that I would ever need. Lie together where the sun meets sea. There we can be together. There we can be together.
This is adjustable, but it ended perfectly to where the next piece will be cut and then the next piece will be cut,
That's
you know.
funny.
And then right there, I didn't have any kind of a crack really either. So it just kind of like naturally worked out, which is rare. But you can see what I'm talking about. The board just ended perfectly right next to the light. And then over here, I didn't have to notch this piece at all weird. It just kind of fit right in there perfectly. Let's give an update on the planing situation. As you can see, the planer is over there sitting in timeout.
Forever timeout. Like anything you expect to be easy, it's not. Well, the main issue was it was taking a little bit on the sides. But then it also just, as deep as it could go, it just was barely working at all.
Yeah.
So obviously the blades are gone, but we just bought it. So I don't know what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah, I don't know if it was gumming it up or the blades are literally just dulling on this wood, because the wood is super old and hard. But you'd think a carbide blade would be, I don't know, made for that. So yeah, we're going to take the planer back, and now what we're using is this tool on the sander, which... that's really good about just taking the finish off. It's actually working quite well. We're 100% going to paint this ceiling. I don't know what color it will be yet. Mike G wants it to be black. So does Sarah. We're basically just sanding or taking the finish off of this just to make the paint stick that much better. The way I look at it is that I paid about $200 for that planer. And it's paid for. If I bring it back and they give me my $200 back, then all I need to pay is another $250, and I could get the $450 planer. Is that a good way to look at it?
My way of looking at it is if the planer will actually work, then it's worth it.
I think a good tabletop planer will work better. They're just way bigger and beefier and bigger blades.
And if we want to do wood on the whole ceiling,
it's
far going to...
If we're doing wood on this whole downstairs...
I think we need to do wide plank. so many little
That's
pieces.
the thing is, this is the look I want.
Yeah.
This is going to be amazing when
Well,
it's
that's
done.
why we have to.
Just look at it. Revel in its beauty.
I like it.
It's awesome. It's like
But
literally awesome.
a good planer is going to far pay for itself because you don't have to pay for the sheetrock. We don't have to pay to finish the sheetrock.
Yeah. I mean, I'll use a planer more than just this house, too. I mean, it's nice to have a planer.
We just need to find one that's actually going to work.
Yeah. Well, this little hand plane, I honestly kind of pictured it as a throwaway tool. I didn't think...
I didn't think it only worked for one day.
Well, I didn't think it was only going to work for literally...
Like, what?
6 foot boards, maybe 10 of them.
10
60 board foot, and then the blades are shot.
Yeah.
DeWalt.
Come on.
I did this because I should have bought the Milwaukee one.
That had worse reviews.
Don't say that out loud.
You can edit it out.
Maybe we can go to a different store. We can go to Home Depot. We're going to Home Depot, Lowe's. You hear me? They don't watch the videos.
They're missing out. They're missing out on a lot.
We're going to Home Depot. And I'm
What do
going to
they
get a
sell?
rigid or something like that.
Mm.
They're not really that much better, probably.
Alright. I'm going to go to grinding.
For all those people out there telling me to buy a planer, well, I
We
did. And it didn't work.
It worked for a minute.
So, told you I didn't need one.
It worked for a minute.
It worked for a minute.
That I can be. There's nothing more that I would ever need. We'll lie together where the sun meets sea.
It's been a long time since I had someone getting in my way and slowing me down, but it felt really good. Just kidding. Sarah obviously is a huge help. We probably did like 30% more than I did yesterday, and we did it in less time. So it's a lot faster with more than one person, obviously. We ran into some problems with that stupid planer. We're going to be bringing that back for sure. Bye-bye planer.
I think that it would be pretty much done if the planer would have worked
I
as good as
think we
it
could have been
did.
a lot quicker if the... Yeah, I was not waiting for you per se, but I was kind of waiting for pieces.
Yeah.
And then once we started using the sander thing, that takes way longer, but it gave us a better finish.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe we'll try one of the bigger planers. I don't know. I hate to spend money on a planer, but at the same time, I know that I will get my use out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, jeez.
As long as it works. You just want something to work.
I just want it to work, yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's like $600 or $700, honestly.
I'm not... What? You're crazy.
If it worked.
No, crazy talk. And I don't want y'all be upset that we're painting the ceiling and that the oak is so beautiful and you shouldn't paint it. I agree that the oak is beautiful, but this was salvaged wood. We didn't pay $11 per square foot for this. We got 2,000 square foot of it for $150 or something. It was cheap. It was more in gas to go get it than what it cost us. So that's what we bought it for. I wanted some cheap, skinny hardwood that we could put on the ceiling and paint. And that is just the look we like. And the color of it is in question now. Sarah wants to paint it black. I can't tell if she's trolling me or if she really wants to paint it black. Maybe it would look good with the white marble. But we'll see what color we paint it. It'll probably just be white. I don't know though. By the look of her, it's gonna be black.
That will do it for this week. We appreciate you all watching, and I guess we'll see you next time we turn the camera on.
You literally just copied me.
You
like,
told me to.
Yeah, but you copied my persona.
I was trying to do this.
That felt weird. Bye, everybody.